Good morning. It is December 26th. It is 5:30 in the morning. Thanks for checking up on me. It's Sunday, last day of the week. Wrap things up, get the new one started, get ready for tomorrow. It's 3 p.m. yesterday. I'm sitting in front of my computer and I'm looking and I'm thinking to myself, I got this guy. I got this guy red-handed. What a liar this guy is. And I'm sitting there and I'm slightly a bit happy. Just a few minutes ago, I started looking for a new microphone stand. The microphone stand that I have right now, it sits on my table. But every time I tap the table, the vibrations of it shoot right up into the stand. And so I'm thinking about getting a new microphone stand that clamps to the edges of the desk and it leans it over into the view of my voice when I'm using that microphone. And so here I am on my platform of choice, online platform of choice, and I'm looking for a new microphone stand. I find one and it's a good price. I've compared a lot of other shops. I've spent an inordinate amount of time looking for something that I probably would have saved money if I just stopped looking and did something else. But that's okay. That's just my personality. I'm looking at the same product in different stores and I find one that seems right. It also ships locally, ships in the same city, so I can get it in 2 days rather than I have to wait 2 or 3 weeks. So before I hit that buy button, I think to myself, let me just chat with this guy just to make sure that this posting is legitimate. Because if you're a seasoned online shopper, you look at things like stars and ratings and you care about those things. And I look at this shop and he doesn't have very many stars or reviews. He just has 2 or 3 people that's reviewed this product. And I'm okay with that. I understand sometimes new shops, they got to start from somewhere. And so if I'm the kind of buyer that goes in looking for stars and looking for mass 100+ amounts of reviews, then too bad for this small guy because he's not going to make a sale. But I get past that, and so I said, before I hit the buy button, let me message the seller. So we have an exchange back and forth, and I ask him, hey, hi. He says, hi, how can I help you? I said, I'm interested in this microphone stand, all in Vietnamese, of course. I'm interested in this microphone stand, can you help me out? He says, sure, how can I help you with that microphone stand? I say, I'm looking at the dimensions of it, and on the description it says that it's 50 by 50. And he says, yeah, that's correct. And so I sent him accompanied with a screenshot of the description that says it's 50 by 50. And so I asked him, but why in the questions area where people can ask you questions and they can ask you, confirmation questions and everybody else is open to the public to see, why does it say in there that it's 36 by 36 centimeters, which is 15 inches? So the other one's 20 inches. This one is 15 inches. I need a 20-inch mic boom arm. And silence. Just silence. After about 2 minutes, hello, how can I help you? I need help with this. About 2 minutes of just back and forth. All of a sudden, I asked him this question, why do you say 50? And in the other question and answer, you say it's 36. Why? Silence. And I'm thinking to myself, I've got this guy. What another one of these sellers. Yeah, so irritating. And my doubts are not unfounded, I've bought things from this online platform before, not the same seller, but this online platform, and that USB stick, it was touted to be 128 gigabytes of storage that I can attach to my keychain. It had a double end, it had a mini USB on one end and had a USB-A on the other side. And so I'm thinking to myself, this would be great. I buy it, I bring it home, I put it into my computer, and it loads up, and I check the storage capacity, and it says, of course, 128 gigabytes. So I'm elated. But then I think, hold on, some way they might be able to cheat the system. And maybe that's just where my brain goes. Some way they're able to cheat the system. So what I do is I look online, and I start uploading files to this USB stick. As I'm uploading a USB stick, I find and I come to learn that people are able to inject some false codes into USB sticks that will tell the computer that they are a certain capacity. And that's exactly what happened with this USB stick. I put in my computer, the computer told me it's 128 as advertised, but as I'm transferring files into it, it can't even hold a tenth of that size. And so as I sit here looking at the blank screen, waiting for about a couple minutes now, I have the flashback of what I just bought. And I think to myself, it's a good thing that I I asked before I bought. And not only that, because now this guy, he can't respond to me. He can't respond to me because instead of taking my money, he doesn't come back with a response. And the reason he doesn't do that, because he knows that Lazada is able to look at chat logs, and if he's get caught lying about a product, Lazada, I'm going to report him, and Lazada is going to go into the log file and say, for sure, that's what this guy said, and this is what the actual thing is. There is a discrepancy on his description page. Hey, small guy, maybe give him a demerit against his account. I don't know the whole process, but I'm thinking in that moment, it's been about 4 minutes now, and I'm waiting, and I'm thinking to myself, good thing I asked. It's just another one of these sellers that have underhanded business practices, and I just caught him. I caught him in his lie. Well, whatever. Moving on, I guess. But that money's gonna stay in my wallet, and he can go and try to deceive somebody else. But I'm thinking about how I'm gonna report this. I've got screenshots and this and that. I'm not gonna go a full out try to bring this company down, but I'm gonna let Lazada know that this guy is not a good seller, and this guy, it is what it is. So anyway, as I'm looking for the same boom arm for my microphone stand, I get another message, and lo and behold, it's from the seller again, and I'm like, it's been 10 minutes now, 10 minutes of silence from this guy, and now he's messaging me back. Okay, I thought maybe he'd just move on to some other prey. He'd move on to some other, person that's gonna buy something from him, and then they get it in the mail, and then he's just gonna say, oh, Tom Cam, like, oh, you know how it is. Sorry about that, but that one's good enough. No, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna click on this message. What kind of lie is he gonna try to rope me in with again? And so I go down, I click on the messages, and I open the messages, and what I saw shocked me. Absolutely shocked me. What he had done and what he had sent was a picture. And in this picture, there is a microphone stand, and next to the microphone stand, there is a measuring tape. And it's a picture of the measuring tape going from the tip to the end of the microphone stand. And in the picture, I can clearly see that it is 50 centimeters long. And I was shocked. I was shocked because here I was thinking that this guy is sleazy, he's lying, he's got this underhanded business practices because of his silence. I equated his silence with lying, essentially. But his silence actually meant like this guy, he went out, he got one of the packages, he opened the box, he pulled out the microphone stand, the microphone stand is also covered in some plastic wrap, he took that off too. He found some place maybe on his floor where maybe he had stuff on the floor, he had to push it to one side, to the other side, just to clear some space so that he had to go and find his measuring tape. He pulls out his measuring tape, he lines it up against the microphone stand, he pulls out his phone, he takes a picture, he has to upload this picture to his business so that I can see it, and he hits the send button. And that's why it took so long. That's why it took so long for him to reply back to me. Instead of just saying, no, you can trust me in this one, it's 50 by 50, which I would have believed that. But no, this guy, he went really out of his way, to take a picture, lie it on the floor, and for me to see, like, in actuality, yes, hey, it is 50 centimeters long. And in that moment, when I looked at that picture, he didn't say anything to me. He or she, I don't know who it was. They didn't say anything to me. But in that moment, I felt like a very deep sense of regret. I felt like, why did I go to that place in my mind so fast? Why did I automatically equate this seller with underhanded, being a liar and just trying to make a quick buck off some unknowing prey? Like, why did my mind go that way? And yeah, I don't know why it went that way. I felt kind of bad, like I had to apologize, but the seller had no idea I was feeling this way. But I felt bad that I let myself get to that point. I felt bad that it was almost like an automatic reaction. His silence meant that he's bad. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, in that moment, he was working hard. He was really trying to give me the customer service that I really wanted. I didn't ask for it, but I really wanted that. And he gave it to me. And while he was doing that, I thought really badly of him. And I don't think that just is in my online reactions as well too. Sometimes, yeah, trying to identify where I equate those automatic feelings that I'll tune into because something is not the way that I expect it to be. And when I expect things to be a certain way, do I give people the benefit of the doubt, or do I automatically attribute ill motive to them? And I think yesterday when I was ordering that thing, it kind of reaffirmed like there's something I gotta fix in my brain. So anyway, I placed the order. I thanked that person profusely for their great customer service, really going out of their way to send me a picture. And I sent him the proof of purchase and sent the receipt, and he thanked me for for ordering with that shop. So I guess what I'm saying is, when that microphone stand really comes in a few days, and as I'm mounting it and as I place it onto my desk, hopefully every time that I pull down my mic to use it, I'll be reminded of the time that I attributed ill motive to a person. But sometimes, as I pull that microphone into my front of my mouth now, sometimes while looking at this stand, I just gotta learn to give people the benefit of the doubt. Thank you. So that's my moment from yesterday. That's my story-worthy 5-second moments. The 5-second moment was when I saw that picture. I'm like, oh man. Yeah. Thank you guys very much for catching up with me. It's pretty hot this morning. It's not the coolest morning out there, but I'm liking it. I've got a good sweat going on. Love you guys. Thank you guys very much. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you feel about these stories. They're not the most refined, but whatever. I'll try to get them out so that my retention goes up and I don't forget these moments in my life. Love you guys. Aloha. Take care. See you tomorrow.